So now to something completely different. This next company specialises in import and export. It operates out of New South Wales and was started by Indonesian immigrant Nissan Sunito. Let's visit Oceanic Multi-Trading.
Nissan Sunito is my name, and our company is called Oceanic Holding Pty Limited. We are a trading house divided into 4 and 5 major core business. And the first business is paper business, mainly newsprint, supplying the print media. And the second one is recycling business, mainly in the waste paper. And the third one is chemical, where we principally supply the glue and the industrial chemical, mainly to do with the forestry industry. And also in the production of cattle, where we also own cattle station, and mainly in Northern Territory. The last one is that we invest in terms of property, such as this office. It took us 2 years, 2 years to make profit. So any would-be business people, please allow yourself 2 years to make any profit, please. One of the larger contracts we won this year in 2010 is having the contract with New Zealand Herald, which is the largest newsprint publisher in Auckland, in New Zealand. I think it's about 50,000 tons of paper. After a few years at beginning, we looked into a new business, and one of the things Australia is very, very good at is in the cattle production. So we decided that we acquire the station. It is about 800,000 acres land, 3 or 4 times the size of Singapore. From our homestead to the post office box is about 4 hours. Yeah. Once you accumulated turnover and asset, we have to cement it into what we call it real property, piece of land. And as you're probably aware, the banker like property, right? And there's a solid asset. We are able to leverage those property assets to have a lot of good cash flow to ride all these 18 months of great financial crisis. Financial growth for us is we are taking it into a gradual step by step, right? Just an example, 5 years ago, our turnover probably only $30 million, right? And 5 years later, our turnover become $50 million. Correspondingly, our asset base also increased, right? We employ a multicultural people here, about 35, 40 in Australia, about 10 or so overseas. When you do want to come to Australia, and it is a good country to start a business, is to give yourself enough time to study what is the environment here in terms of the commercial opportunity and limitation. Be persistent, okay? Meaning is this: if you fail 1 time, try second time. If you fail second time, how about 5 more times? Yeah.
From Oceanic Multi-Trading, Mr. Nissan Sunito. Thank you. It has to be a measure of your pride in your new country when you add its name to your company banner. That's what Parsrom has done. Originally from India, he now lives in Queensland, and his company is Parsrom Brothers Australia.
My name is Parsrom Punj. My company's name is Parsrom Brothers Australia Private Limited. The company sources Australian chickpeas, faba beans, lupins, and export to all parts of the world. At the same time, the company import and distribute ethnic food line items into the Australian market.
He started the business in 1976 when he came to Australia to have a view of what the Australian market is, what Australia was like.
The diversity of the agricultural scene encouraged me to migrate to Australia. My gut feeling, this is the place I'd like to be.
Being from a family in the trading industry, my father had felt that he could give something to this country.
And the word chickpeas itself had a different connotation.
It was known as a cattle feed grain. So when my father saw there was a huge opportunity because chickpeas is a staple food in the Indian subcontinent market.
It's a high protein legume for humans. in its raw form of whole chickpeas or dal or into flour.
The difficulty was for him to convince your Australian farmers. I was told that one of the main meetings he had was he actually stepped on a milk crate and he had to stand amongst all farmers telling them, look guys, you grow this chickpeas and I'll buy every single grain you'll grow. And I'll promise you that this product will be successful.
We started from a modest export volume. Today we are doing approximately $80 million export.
There was a lot of shops and companies that wanted us to supply them our pulses. So we saw that, hang on, this is again another avenue that we could offer good quality products to our consumers.
It was the initiative of Bhumi Punj, my son.
And then I said, well, actually, we should go into straight to vertically integrate the business and go into food business. So we teamed up with world-renowned chefs and say, look, how can we deliver really good, authentic food into a mainstream market?
It's a full meal at a very economical price. A consumer can just microwave it and have a full, tasty meal.
There was a gap in the market that people wanted restaurant-grade quality food. Within a month, we had a huge hit in the market.
We have now 6 lines in Woolworths, 12 lines in Coles.
Our red pepper brand, recently at the Melbourne Fine Food Fair, the New Product Award, we actually came in the finalist and the top 3 in Australia.
And I'm proud to be an Australian. I'm proud to be associated with the Australian community, and I'm very much a contributor to this growth of the Australian economy.
Parsrom Brothers, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations. Now to a Greek immigrant, Konsaris, whose company operates out of Victoria, revolutionising a long tradition in Greek cuisine. That company is Poseidon Dibs.
My name is Konstantinos Saris, and the name of the company is Poseidon Dibs, better known as Black Swan Poseidon Dibs. The company at the moment is producing dips and yogurts. We are the market leader in dips, and we are pioneers in this industry. We arrived the whole family back in 1972 due to the political situation in Greece. It was under dictatorship at the time. Actually, the decision was not more from my late brother Chris, because he is entrepreneurial flair. My mom, it's an excellent cook and her passion. And later, he asked me, to come and join him because, he wanted more manpower, and also he didn't have a driving license at the time. So he wanted someone, to help him with the deliveries, and they always were quite close. The company started, in the garage, and by using a hand drill as a mixer, and with a lot of love, a lot of passion, with a mom's passion, working very, very long hours. We started, selling the first dips. And it was accepted, from the Greek community first, and from the white community later. And by participating in food and wine shows, doing the Royal and Melbourne and Sydney show, and with all those demonstrations, we started, selling dips. The biggest hardship is just to lose, the founder of the company, my brother Chris. 10 years ago, but with the love of his wife Tammy and his family, and getting united, we managed to go through. And today we are the market leader, very close to $25 million per year we're selling, and we produce here from this facility. At the moment we employ more than 80 staff, which they're working here full-time on house, and more than 100 people, in part-time all around Australia. From one line, we are having more than 30 lines of different dips, and also we have 6 lines in yogurts. We won a lot of gold medals when we participated in a lot of competitions for the good quality and taste of our dips and yogurts. And we won the Employee of the Year for multiculturals, the employees here. Due to the demand, we're extending. We want to believe in that we're going to double the size of this company in the next 3 to 5 years. We're looking also to start exporting in Asia and make them, love our progress, like here in Australia. If someone has a vision, has a dream, and he's really determined, like my late brother Chris, even if he fell short of his dreams, still he's going to be better than the average person. And Australia it is, and it's going to be the land of opportunity.
Please welcome Mr. Consalis. Congratulations to Con. And indeed, congratulations to all of our terrific nominees in the large business category. Please give them a big round of applause.